friends, it's time for another Friday Fun Fact, where I'll give you a neat little packet of information you might not have known before. Today's topic? Voting. How it works, how to do it, and why it's so important. Before we start, let me just say that this is going to be specific to New York State, but if you live elsewhere, there are similar resources out there. Let's go. So, what actually happens when you cast your vote? You've gone to your polling place, you've neatly filled in all the ovals and had the requisite flashback to high school scantrons, you've put the paper into the cool machine. Now what? Well, in the case of a presidential election, your vote isn't actually going directly towards the candidate of your choice. Your vote makes up what's called the popular vote, but who you vote for then influences the Electoral College, and they are the ones who really elect the president. But what is the Electoral College anyway? According to a video from the Encyclopedia Britannica, it's a group of people appointed from each state to vote on that state's behalf. All of the electors from each state together constitute the Electoral College. Each state party chooses a group of electors to vote for that party's candidate, and then the state government chooses the overall group to represent the people. Most of the time, the electors are bound by law to vote for whoever they're pledged to. The state's electors then meet in December to cast their votes, and all of them are tallied in January. Whoever gets at least 270 votes wins. Easy, right? Well, the number of electors a state gets is the total of their senators plus their representatives, with the District of Columbia getting 3 as a consolation prize. Every state has 2 senators, but representatives vary wildly due to the population of the state. So the amount of actual representation in this process is highly skewed, something the Founding Fathers obviously didn't account for. You know, because the state of California didn't exist back then. That said, according to the video, there have only been 4 presidents where the popular vote and the electoral vote didn't match. People have raised the idea of abolishing the Electoral College, but that would take a constitutional amendment to do, so it'll be here for a while. Now that you know what happens to your vote, here's some information on how you can vote in the upcoming election. For folks in the Dutchess County area, you can go to elections.dutchessny.gov. I'll put a link below. That site will tell you where your polling places are, as well as what times they're open, which is important because early voting started on the 24th and will go until Sunday, November 1st. Take some time and find your local polling place if you're planning to vote before November 1st. There aren't as many open during the early voting period. If you're voting by absentee ballot, October 27th is the last day to apply for a ballot online, by email, by fax, or by mail. If you want to apply in person for one, you have until November 2nd. Absentee ballots need to be postmarked November 3rd and received no later than November 10th. You also have the option to deliver your absentee ballot in person, either to your local Board of Elections or any polling site. This also needs to be done by November 3rd. And if you plan on voting in person, please be safe. Wear your mask and follow social distancing guidelines. Voting is incredibly important. It's our civic duty to let our politicians know what we want and who we support. The America you want to live in won't come about by just thinking about it. You need to vote it into existence. And this isn't to say that it will happen right away. Think of voting like choosing public transportation. Is it perfect? No, but it will get you where you need to go. Or at least it will get you closer. And remember, many people in the United States couldn't vote until relatively recently. It took blood and sweat and tears to get where we are. Don't let their work go in vain. Vote. Let your voice be heard November 3rd. As for sources, I mainly use the video from the Encyclopedia Britannica's YouTube channel. The link is posted below, but I also recommend you check that channel out yourself. There's a lot of information there. The other sites below are great sources for relevant dates and FAQs for more specific questions you may have. Like and subscribe for more Friday Fun Facts, and I'll see you next week.